The Neon Bible is a 1989 novel by American author John Kennedy Toole. A Bildungsroman or coming-of-age story, it follows David, an innocent young boy growing up in rural Mississippi from the outbreak of World War II to the early 1950s. Throughout his youth, David absorbs and reflects on the xenophobia, misogyny, and other social cruelties of his environment, shaping his memory of the American South. Amid the tragedies that seem to shadow his every step, he longs for escape from his past and from the looming presence of war. The Neon Bible conveys a cautiously hopeful message about the human capacity to resist hatred, though it wrestles with whether people are inherently good. The novel was adapted into a 1995 film of the same name. At the story's outset, David lives in a small Mississippi town with his parents and Aunt May, an eccentric flamboyant singer. When David's father loses his job, the family is forced to move, settling in the hills beyond the town. Isolated from his friends, David's spirits suffer, though he finds solace in Aunt May. Despite the townspeople's scorn for her bold personality and fiercely independent ways, David sympathizes with her, though Aunt May herself remains indifferent to public opinion, thriving on attention, whether flattering or hostile. David's father finds part-time work at a local gas station and begins cultivating a small farm behind their house. He saves diligently for equipment and seeds, but David's mother scolds him for leaving too little money for daily necessities. Their dispute escalates, ending in violence, after which David's father temporarily leaves. On his return, he receives a draft notice and is sent to Italy to fight in World War II. Though David, his mother, and Aunt May mourn his absence, they recognize that his departure brings, at least briefly, a fragile peace to the household. Aunt May secures employment at the town's war factory, producing ammunition and supplies, and steadily rises in rank. Meanwhile, a group of missionaries from Tennessee, led by Bobby Lee Taylor, visits, seeking to spark a Christian revival. Their efforts satisfy many townspeople's spiritual hunger, especially in the shadow of global conflict. Aunt May's factory hosts a celebration where she sings for the workers, solidifying her acceptance in the community. Later, she tours the town with a band, performing at local venues. With Aunt May frequently away, David loses his closest companion. His mother devotes herself to backyard crops, while letters from his father in Italy become treasured reading. In 6th grade, David receives the devastating news that his father has died in combat. His body is buried in Italy, marked by a small white cross among countless others. Grief overwhelms his mother, who retreats from the world. Aunt May begins a relationship with Clyde, an older bandmate, while David works at a convenience store and meets Jolynn. After a single date, David impulsively proposes marriage. She slaps him and departs. Clyde invites Aunt May to Nashville to pursue fame, leaving David alone with his increasingly unhinged mother. One day, David finds her gravely injured. She dies that night. The following day, he digs her grave. When a preacher arrives to take her to an asylum, David shoots him, buries his mother, and boards the first train out of town, resolved never to return. The novel's conclusion emphasizes David's personal will as his sole defense against despair, while casting doubt on the presumed goodness of those around him. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this video, leave a like and subscribe.